The following is a presentation of the OLSH Sports Network. And we welcome you inside the gymnasium at Moon Senior High School, where the OLSH Chargers are hosting the Sto-Rox Vikings in non-section action here tonight. Pleasant good evening, everybody. I'm OLSH. I have Christian Harbaugh right next to me making the call here tonight, and we have the OLSH Chargers and the Sto-Rox Vikings ready to go at it. And you can see there, the Chargers come in 3-0 on the season. The Vikings 1-2 in non-section play. Chargers, it's always a tough go against the always very athletic Sto-Rox Vikings, Christian.
Yeah, no doubt. And for the Chargers, obviously coming in off of 3 wins to start the season here, feeling good about themselves. So offense is rolling, defense has been good. You got some presence down inside. They play a little inside-out game, but like you said tonight, anytime Sto-Rox plays the Chargers, obviously a couple miles away from each other, and a little bit of rivalry game. The Vikings bring some athletic ability, you know, every time you play them. And obviously, Coach Hughes back over there at Sto-Rox, his alma mater. Great to see him back, and you know, he's going to have those guys ready to go, and they're going to play hard tonight. Well,
I mean, you look at what the Chargers have done so far, and think about this. They've done it without one of their twin towers. Van Cavels gets hurt in the last football game of the season and has missed everything so far. I'm being told that he's starting to practice with the team now, and look for him to slowly get his way back in the lineup, but he's not dressed tonight. Also out of the lineup all season. He's going to miss the entire season. We're hoping he comes back for baseball. Gino Williams is out with the knee operation. I see him over there on crutches behind the bench right now. But those two guys, big contributors last year, not to be seen this year so far. So they've done it without those two guys.
Yeah, which has been good. And you know, Coach Rodriguez always got these guys playing at a high level. Obviously, he demands success and greatness over there. And those guys practice super hard every day. And, you know, it's next man up mentality, and right now these guys are putting that together in the first couple games, and obviously once Van Cavels comes back, it's going to give them a huge presence inside with Big Patty down there. But yeah, it's good to see the Chargers playing well so far, and hopefully they can keep it up tonight.
So the Chargers got to this point by beating Riverview in their opener 57-23, and then down at the Brownsville tournament, they win that tournament by winning 2 games. First one against Albert Gallatin. You saw that one right here on the OLSH Sports Network as well, 46-41 against the Colonials. And then they win the Brownsville tournament, beating the host team, Brownsville, by a score of 61-31. Sto-Rox, on the other hand, in their 3 games, they're 1-2. They lose their first game to Elwood City 70-37, and then they beat Westinghouse by a score of 45-35. Over at the Char Valley tournament, they lose to Char Valley 85-26. So that's the route that Sto-Rox has got taken to get here.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, for Sto-Rox, they've already played a couple big-time teams. Obviously, playing Char Valley is no easy task. And for the Chargers, you know, going on the road and going to Brownsville, which we know is a little bit of a hike, so it's always good to get out there, get on the road, get some wins early for the Chargers, and, you know, get a tournament victory and a championship right to start the bat, you know, in the season. But like you talked about earlier with those numbers, the Chargers are scoring right now, and their defense is playing pretty well. I mean, holding teams under 40 points,
right?
That's tough to do.
The guy right now that's really been carrying the ball for the Chargers, scoring-wise, has been Jake Johnson. He's been lights out so far. I say that. Let's hope we don't have the announcer's drink.
There.
Right, yeah. I'm knocking on wood. But him and Tiernan McCullough have been getting the job done. And then you have Patty Altmar inside with his tall presence. And that's what I say, I can't wait for him and Van Cables to get it going. I call them the Twin Towers, to see how teams defense that.
And we know how good Jake Johnson was last year, right? And McCullough and those guys, they were performing well last year. Obviously, getting off to the right foot here, and like you talked about, getting Cables back. But Patty, just his presence down there, and obviously it's going to be hard to score at the rim with his kind of size and ability down there, and then also get rebounds. How do you get around him to be able to get some rebounds? And he's going to deter stuff on the defensive end and be on the glass. And then obviously the Chargers guard play is really good, and we know about Gersafi and their point guard play. So
and Afsek, we were talking about the guys under the glass and working the rim, and I was just getting ready to go to Gersafi and Afsek. I see them working out against each other right now, going one-on-one and back and forth across the court. But the pressure defense that those two put out against the other opponents is really a game changer for the Chargers, and it's something that the opposing teams, whoever it is,
right,
are going to have to figure out how to get around that.
Right, and the Chargers always come out and they're a little bit of pressure. They're full court pressure, right? They try to slow you down. They try to take you out of your offense. Then they get in a half-court setting, and they limit teams to one shot, and they rebound the basketball. And then when they come down the other end, they're always super patient. They move the ball. The spacing as well. They cut very well. They screen to win these basketball games. But right now for the Chargers, you got to keep it rolling here. And another thing, and I'm sure you talked about it on the first couple broadcasts, but not having the gym, is a little bit of an uncomfortable feeling too. So for them, just getting comfortable and starting out on the road, winning some games, and now you come into, Moon's gym tonight. It's right down the road, but still not your arena, so you got to get used to it a little bit.
Sorry about that glitch. Cut a little bit of you out there, Christian, but we got back. It has been a factor. This is the second of 3 games that are going to be played here at Moon. All the games played at Moon are going to be by the boys this year, and hopefully, if the schedule goes according to plan, the rest of the games, other than the Shannick game in January, which is going to be played here in Moon, but the rest of them should be at Cornell, so the Chargers can kind of like settle into the home away from home kind of aspect of the situation.
Right. And if anybody knows about that, I'll say I do, because back my senior year, we had to do the same thing. And at that time, we're playing in Robert Morris John Jay Center, but you got comfortable with it. At some point in time, you're practicing in a different facility, then you're playing your home games in a different facility. But, you get it down, and it's all about just playing basketball at the end of the day.
We'll step aside, pay a couple bills, so we'll come back. We'll have the starting lineups and opening tip right after these messages. Don't you dare go away here on the OLSH Sports Network.
When I enter the door, I feel welcome. My child feels welcome. What drew us and kept us was the sincere rooting in faith.
They really care about your kids on an academic level and also as a person.
It's a safe place for our kids to really stretch and grow. There's just so many opportunities.
They have something that will make a child succeed and thrive.
If you want a good college prep school, this is it.
We've had such a positive experience here. We really can't say enough of how blessed we are by OLSH.
And we welcome you back. We'll let you see what the floor looks like here. There we go. Welcome you back here to Moon High School as both the teams are warm up. You see the Chargers there on the floor getting their warm-up tosses in. And Christian, before we go any further, let's get the starting lineups out there. First for the visiting Sto-Rox Vikings. And as you said, Ryan Hughes will send this starting lineup out for the Vikings. Starting at a forward is a 6'1" freshman, number 0, Carrick Willis. Another forward, a 6-foot senior, is number 3, Shaqui Yates. A guard, at 5'10", is a sophomore, number 4, Javon Nelson. Deviant Jackson is number 11. He's a 6-foot forward, a sophomore. He gets a start tonight. And number 22 is a 5'10", junior forward, is Marcus Griffin. Again, for the Vikings, it's Wills, Yates, Nelson, Jackson, and Griffin. We'll flip it over to the home Chargers. And if you've watched the broadcast before, it's the usual suspects for the Chargers. Coach Mike Rodriguez sends these gentlemen out to start tonight. Starting at a guard, it's 5'11", junior, number 1, Austin Avsek. The other guard is 6-foot senior guard, number 11, Luka Grasafi. Starting in a forward position is a 6'3", junior, number 22, Jake Johnson. A sophomore guard at 6'3", is number 23, Tiernan McCullough. And last but certainly not least is playing at center is a 6'7", junior, number 34, Patrick Patty Altmar. Again, for the Chargers, it's Avsek, Grasafi, Johnson, McCullough, and Altmar. It's been a winning combination so far, Christian, so let's see if they keep it rolling.
Yeah, they got that great continuity, and like you talked about, you know, that starting lineup, they got so much chemistry after playing the last couple years together. And again, their guard plays very well, and because of their guard play being super well and having a little bit of height and grit, you know, it's helping them so far, and they're starting off on a good foot. As long as they take care of the basketball, they're going to be just fine tonight.
Yeah, I totally agree. This is the last of the, I call it preseason non-section games. Friday, it starts in earnest against the very tough Lancers from Neshannock, up in Neshannock. Now, originally when the schedule was made, Christian, this was supposed to be a home game, and the one in January was going to be up there, but I forget what it was. Something happened where they flip-flopped the game, so the game on Friday is going to be up in Neshannock, and then the one on January 17th, I believe it is going to be, it'll be back here at Moon. That'll be the final Moon game. Another side note, we were planning to broadcast that Neshannock game at Moon on the 17th, but that game, in case you haven't heard, is going to be on KDKA Plus. Matt Fargo and the crew will be bringing you that one, so we're going to drop that. We figured everybody's going to be watching KDKA Plus, and instead we're going to bring you the game against Seton LaSalle a week earlier from up at La Roche College in the tournament up on the PBC, right?
Yeah, you get to play in that kind of environment and atmosphere over at La Roche, and then against Seton LaSalle, who always, you know, brings a good game against the Chargers. But that Neshannock game on Friday you're talking about, that's going to be a good game.
It's going to be.
It's a tough place to go. It's a little bit of a drive. They're always got their guys going.
Hey, if you want more information on the OLSH Chargers for roster stories and more, visit www.olshathletics.org. Special thanks go out to our website sponsors, Covenant Financial Advisors. While they're playing the national anthem, we'll step aside, pay some more bills, and we'll be back to bring you the opening tip right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Don't you dare change that channel.
You could raise money for OLSH while shopping at your favorite stores or restaurants? With Raise Right, that's exactly what you can do. All you have to do is purchase electronic gift cards on the Raise Right app, and that company will donate a percentage of that sale directly to OLSH. And the list of companies that Raise Right works with is seemingly endless, including Amazon, Walmart, Target, Sheetz, and so many more. Now you can rationalize your grande caramel mocha frappuccino with 3.5 pumps of vanilla and oat milk because you're actually raising money for OLSH. If you want to raise right, email Sarah Stuckman to get the special OLSH code. Funds raised support the OLSH Athletics General Fund. Go Chargers!
My coaches taught me that being competitive and having fun is what makes a great team.
My favorite piece of advice from my coach is train like an animal all day long.
He corrects you every time you say you can't do something because he knows you can do it.
My coach is the reason I believe in myself and my abilities.
I love that my coaches believe in the team. They recognize our individuality and encourage our improvement.
I couldn't ask for a better coach.
We welcome you back here to Moon High School as they're introducing the teams on the court here. And just a little housekeeping note, bear in mind that we're back on the air on Thursday. The girls starts going red.
Is it the Wi-Fi? It was working before.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that. We had a break in the Wi-Fi. Nothing has changed since we were told anyway. It's still 10-4 Chargers here in the first. Tommy Moses in the lineup for the Chargers now. Zaltmar has a seat. Shot by Grisafi doesn't go. And MJ Thomas for the Vikings in the lineup. He comes down with the rebound, and here come the Vikings with 1:30 left. Jackson out to Nelson. Nelson, baseline, jump shot, rolls in, rolls out. Moses with the rebound. It's knocked out of his hands. Here come the Vikings back the other way. It's Jackson, kicks it out. 3 on the way. Air ball, Grisafi with the rebound. 1:10 left. Here's McCullough with the drive. He gets fouled, and it rolls in and rolls out.
Great drive by McCullough there. Good strength through the middle of the defense. Almost gets an and-one there, but the Chargers come out of that last time out, and they go man-to-man, change up their defense a little bit.
4 fouls on Sto-Rox. That's the second on Nelson.
See the Chargers make a couple changes here and bring a couple fresh bodies.
Yeah. Shot no good. Stays 10-4. Frankie Egrick in the lineup for the Chargers. Owen Minzer in the lineup for the Chargers. It's Yates. Gets tied up. Chargers tie him up for the jump ball, but the ball stays in the Vikings' hands.
Good job by Moses there.
Yeah.
He's strong body. Cut the drive off.
The ball off a foot, and it rolls around. And we have a rugby scrum.
Great hustle by the Chargers there.
It'll be Charger ball after that called jump ball. Here come the Chargers now with a 6-point lead, 40 seconds on the first quarter clock. Minzer to Egrick. Minzer, Egrick, play catch. Inside to Moses, kicks it back out. McCullough to Johnson on the baseline. Nowhere to go, he's double teamed. It's taken away by the Vikings, 23 seconds left. It's loose, and a scrum there, and they hand it off to Egrick. He gets fouled, yeah. Push.
Super scrappy right now, and bodies hitting the floor everywhere.
That's the 5th foul, so the Chargers are at the line in the bonus situation.
Right now they've made, I believe, five from the line so far.
Yeah.
They've got there a couple times.
Frankie makes his first. 17.9 on the scoreboard clock here in the first. And that one's just a little short off the arm, but Egrick gets his rebound, and we got a foul on the Chargers. Or no, they're saying out of bounds.
I think he touched it.
Yeah.
When he was stepped on the line when he grabbed the ball.
There's Nelson. Up ahead to Jackson. Taken away by Johnson with 9 seconds left. They can hush it all up the court here. And there it is. McCullough. Baseline drive, 3 seconds. Tried to get it inside to Moses. It's taken away. Moses reaches in, and he's going to commit the foul on Yates. They have fouls to give, so no issue.
Yeah, that's no harm there. But, I mean, you hope it doesn't come back later in the game and affect somebody being in foul trouble. But McCullough, he should have just shot the ball there, wasn't recognizing the time.
That's it. And that's how the first quarter will end. With the Chargers on top, 11-4 over the Sto-Rox Vikings here at Moon High School. We'll watch the cheerleaders. Job, ladies. Hey, do your holiday shopping with gift cards purchased through Raise Right. The Athletics General Fund receives a percentage of each physical and e-gift card bought by program participants. Visit www.olshathletics.org. Check under the fundraisers section in the Fan Zone tab for more information. We get ready to start quarter number 2. Chargers with a 7-point lead. It will be Viking ball to start quarter number 2. It's going to be Chase Jefferson in the lineup. Is it to Thomas? Come down the lane, and he's going to get fouled. I think Tiernan McCullough may be the guilty party here. Nope, it's going to be Johnson.
Chargers go back in that 2-3 zone with Patty back in the game.
Jefferson. Boy, it's really hard to see these numbers. And he shuffling around, trying to do the pirouette, but he moved his foot, traveling. Charger ball, turnover.
Good defense there by the Chargers. Top of their 2-3 zone, just pinch in the middle so he can't drive down the lane. Create a turnover, get another chance on offense.
McCullough way outside on the wing. Gives it to Johnson, Avsek near side wing. Inside, nice play to my McCullough. Can he get the roll? No. And it's going to be Nelson coming down with it. He's going to bring it up the court himself. Ooh, that was close to a walk. Jefferson drives, kicks it back out to Griffin. Excuse me, that was Thomas. Long three, Riddle rattles around. Grisafi comes down with it. Just underway here in the second. 1 minute in. McCullough has it in the corner to Patty Altmar. Turns, lays it up, he gets fouled.
And the Chargers been working that perimeter, trying to get the ball down to Patty. Finally get it inside to him, and he draws a foul and earns a trip to the line. But for the Chargers right now, I mean, they can't seem to find fast break points and get out and run as much. They're getting stops down on the defensive end and some turnovers and limited Sto-Rox to one shot, but Sto-Rox athletic ability and quickness and being able to get back and sprint into the 2-3 zone is hurting the Chargers' opportunities on offense for an easy one.
MJ Johnson picked up the foul for the Vikings. Both missed by Altmar, but put back by McCullough.
Yeah, he said that's just as good.
Yep. Thomas. Yates. Rattled around, tried to give it back to Yates in the paint. They kick it back out. Ooh, I thought there was a step there, but it's going to draw a foul. That was Wills.
Yeah, and a couple times tonight, Sto-Rox, I thought, got away with a little bit of a travel, shuffling those feet before they put the ball on the deck, but referees aren't seeing it.
Altmar picks up his first. It'll be a shooting foul, so Wills is at the line for a couple. Freshman, a 6'1 freshman. Rattles in and out. 6:37 left here in the half. Low-scoring affair, Christian.
Yeah, and it's expected a little bit with the 2-3 zone and the pressure by both teams.
Misses them both. McCullough clears the board. Here come the Chargers with a 9-point lead. Inside to Altmar. Loses control, lost it on the end line, and that's too bad because Grisafi drained it.
I know, off balance too. But Patty just, rushing it a little bit.
Yeah.
He's trying to work to get position. He's doing a good job. They finally find him a couple times. But once he catches it, he's just got to be strong with the basketball. Don't put it on the deck right away.
Comes Jefferson driving it in off the glass. McCullough up high to bring it down. The sophomore goes coast to coast, has it knocked out of his hands. It'll stay with the Chargers, 6:11 left.
And there's your runouts there, and a couple times again, getting out in transition. Problem is the guys that don't have the basketball aren't beating the guy with the ball down.
Avsek tried a three, no good. Brought down by Thomas. MJ Thomas will let the crowd pass and bring it up the court. Hands it off to Jefferson. Chase Jefferson kicks it out. Three on the way. Way high off the glass. McCullough says, I'll take it. Luka brings it up the court for the Chargers. Hands it off to Avsek. Inside to Altmar. Try that play again. Little turnaround jump shot. It little short. And it's Nelson. Has it taken away. It's Johnson ends up with it.
And Patty's getting it where he wants. He just needs a strong dribble and just go towards the rim.
That was off the base, off the sideline for McCullough. Good defense there by the Vikings caused that turnover.
Yeah, and the Chargers just got to be strong with the basketball right now. A couple careless turnovers. That's keeping this game at a low-scoring affair. And for Coach Hughes and his guys, I mean, they're happy about the way the score looks right now. Obviously, they want to score more than 4 points, but they're in the basketball game.
Minzer and Moses back in the lineup for the Chargers. It's Griffin. Hands it away. Here comes Grisafi. Over to Johnson. Works against Griffin. Can't get it to go. It's Grisafi with the putback. No good. Griffin comes down with it for the Vikings. And here they come.
And Johnson's just got to make that layup. He tried to go off two and too hard off the glass.
Wills with the Euro step. No good. Minzer ends up with it. Ball. Here come the Chargers. And it's up and down the court with no points. Under 5 to go. Avsek kicks it out. Minzer to Grisafi to Moses. Avsek thought about the three, gives it to Johnson in the paint. Turn around, rolls it in.
What I love about that possession is the Chargers were super patient. Passed the ball 5 times around the perimeter and finally get a turnaround jumper at the block.
L.J. Washington in the lineup for the Vikings. He has it there, kicks it into the corner. Tried to backdoor pass, didn't work. Grisafi ends up with it. Here comes Minzer. Laying it up. Put back by Avsek. Goes in.
Tough fall by Minzer. Hopefully he's okay there, but Avsek on the other side cleans up the board and puts it back in.
Sto-Rox takes their 3rd time out here in the first half with 4:12 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, Coach Hughes is just trying to keep this game close, and he's doing a good job of managing it right now. Like I said, the defense for Sto-Rox has been great. The Chargers have had to work for everything they've gotten. A couple trips to the line. They've ended up, a couple transition buckets here in a second. But the Chargers defense has been good down the other end. Sto-Rox got to find a way to score.
Sorry, you were sitting there watching the Chargers cheerleaders doing their floor work over in the corner. Always doing a great job. So it's Egrick, Minzer, Grisafi, Johnson, and Moses on the court for the Chargers. Vikings yet to break their huddle.
What I've been impressed about so far tonight is Moses. His ability to come into this basketball game and sit down in the stance and be able to guard the Vikings' ability, and it puts the Chargers in a better situation where they can go man and not just sit in zone. They're getting a little bit more pressure, getting some turnovers and runouts.
Yeah, you haven't seen the Chargers live yet this year, and I'll tell you what, Tommy Moses, he's a different player than he was last year. He's given really good minutes for the Chargers this year. And there's another play there. He blocks the shot, comes away with the ball.
Difference maker so far.
Oh, he is. He's not out here to take up space and give breaks to players. He's out here to produce. Johnson from the top of the key. Nothing but net. Jake Johnson gets the 3.
Never seen a shot he didn't like. And then Johnson, that quick release, and nothing but the bottom there.
Unforced turnover for the Vikings.
And that's when you're going to see this game break open, too, when they make a couple threes, right? And Johnson makes one there. Then McCullough had one earlier. But that's the one thing about the Chargers, and I remember talking about it last year. They pass the ball so well around the perimeter, they miss shots sometimes because they're not even looking at the rim. They're so worried about being unselfish, and you love that.
McCullough with the elbow jump shot. Doesn't go, but it goes off the Vikings out of bounds. Chargers maintain possession. 3:26 on the scoreboard clock. Triggered in, an unforced error, out of bounds off the inbound pass, and Lucas said, that was me, man.
Yeah,
my bad.
A little bit of miscommunication there. He thought Frankie had a little bit more hops, but unfortunately couldn't go get that one.
16-point lead for the Chargers. Here come the Vikings. It's Nelson. Works it over to Wills, near side wing. Works against Moses. Baseline drive, knocked out of the hands. And it goes right back in. Well, Grashafi comes up with it. He'll push it up the court. There's a 3 ball on the way from Egrick. Doesn't go, and Minzer tried to save it. He was on the out of bounds, actually.
Egrick there, not shy. Gets a wide open look. Just comes up short, but great hustle by Minzer.
Frankie's another guy. I mean, last year he got some minutes. Basically to give a blow to somebody, and this year when he comes in, he's in to produce.
Yeah, these guys are changing the game here.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. The trust in the bench is there.
Nelson works against Stavsek, gets turned away. Ball comes loose. Back to get it is Jackson. They get it inside, kick it out, looking for the 3. Jackson goes into the paint, and we should have a jump ball, I would think. Yep, jump ball. Arrows pointed in favor of the Chargers. 2.5 to go here in this half. Frankie Egrick brings it up. Moses back to Egrick, inside. Johnson, turn around hook. Gets the hoop and the harm.
Man, just effortless. That touch, that righty hook by Johnson there. And again, Chargers break the pressure. Great ball movement, hit the middle of the zone, fly up the sideline, and Johnson.
3rd foul on Yates.
Old-fashioned 3-point.
Yep. Nelson in the backcourt. They finally get it up to Jackson. Looking for double team by the Chargers down by the baseline, and it's a turnover. Egrick has it over to Avsek, working against Nelson. He goes up, and Egrick will be at the line for a couple. As Nelson picks up the foul, it'll be the 3rd on the Vikings.
And Avsak, good job there. Draw the foul, and the Chargers right now just living at the line.
3rd foul on Nelson. Avsek rolls the first one in. Griffin comes back in for the Vikings. Yates will have a seat. Altmaier comes back in for the Chargers. Moses has a seat. A little short on the second one. Nelson with the rebound. Griffin makes a move. Nelson now goes down the paint. Pull up jump shot off the glass, no good. Altmaier skies high and pulls it down.
Chargers defense has been relentless.
Avsek, Egrick, McCullough from the corner, 3 ball, a little bit too strong.
But the ball movement's there. Again, getting McCullough a wide open three.
Nelson has the ball knocked out of his hands. Dribbled it out of bounds with 92 seconds left in the quarter.
We talked about it at the top of the telecast here, but man, the Chargers defense, I mean, just tremendous so far. Challenging at the rim, not letting too many paint touches, guarding the three well, rebounding one.
Here comes McCullough. Looking for somebody to go to. He finds Austin Avsek. Johnson, foot on the line, long two, no good. Here come the Vikings, and there's a foul there by Austin. That's the third on the Chargers here in the quarter.
Yeah, now this is what you don't want to have happen, you know. Johnson misses a three, and then you pick up a foul. A silly one, you know, away from the basket.
Hughes takes his fourth timeout, a 30-second timeout for the Vikings. So for a minute 14 in here in the first half, and the rest of the second half, they have one timeout.
He might use them all before this
half.
Up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
a 20-point lead right now. Yeah.
He's like, man, we got to stay in this game. We got to find a way to get a bucket. I love how hard he's working, and those guys are working over there to try to get a bucket. But the Chargers just relentless. I mean, active hands, rebounding the basketball, contesting at the rim, moving their feet, staying in front of offensive players.
It is relentless, and that's been the Chargers' MO this year. I mean, solid defense. I mean, pressure defense.
Yeah, yeah. And I think when you have, you know, guys that are playing together and as unselfish as these guys are, I mean, that's going to take you a long way. And obviously, you know, you got playmakers and you got scorers. But the fact that they're playing hard on defense the way they are and in sync, it's good to see.
Griffin triggers in. He gets it into L.J. Washington. They work it around. Griffin now on the far wing, kicks it out to Nelson. Down the lane he goes. Little turnaround jump shot. Won't go. Rebound goes to Jackson. Knocked away. Grisafi has it for a moment. Jackson will turn around jump shot. Nothing happening there. Finally, Austin Avsek ends up with it. We're under a minute to go here in the half. Avsek goes the floater from the lane. It goes in.
Man, he's so crafty. He gets into the teeth of the defense, attacks the paint, isn't afraid of the size down there, and gets that floater to go.
Knocked out of bounds by McCullough. I think that's Nelson. I think that's a 4. Tried to get it down the court. It didn't happen. There's Washington to Wills. Baseline drive. Knocked away by Altmar. Says, get that out of here.
Man, Patty with a big-time block. The verticality there to be able to extend up and block that shot out of the air. I think that thing was going in the rim, if not.
There's Griffin with the shot. Nothing doing there. Johnson with the rebound, and he gets fouled. That's the 4th on the Vikings.
But we talked about it. If you got a presence like Patty in there being able to do that, and then you're talking about Van Kavel's coming back at some point in time, plus not to mention that Johnson's he's a bigger body as well. McCullough got some length.
Nelson's probably done for most of the game. That was his 4th foul.
Yeah, and he's one of the guys that are trying to get into the teeth of the defense and score.
Right.
So that's going to be a little bit of trouble in the second half.
Playing for the last shot here. Sto-Rox cheerleaders trying to take the bleachers down. Avsek. 7 seconds to go. Jump shot off the rim. No good. McCullough gets the rebound, and there's a foul underneath. I think McCullough's going to the line.
The Chargers again run that overload, and they get Johnson wide open again in the corner, and he just misses. He's getting clean looks here. But McCullough goes up and gets the ball and earns a trip to the line.
Marcus Griffin picks up his first foul. McCullough misses the first. 3.8 seconds left here in the half. Tiernan. Nothing but net on the second. Grisafi with the boot. It's going to try to go down the hallway. Nope, stays in.
That was a super athletic play by Grisafi there.
Patty Altmar taught him everything he knew about that save there.
That's right.
And there's the last-ditch effort, and we've completed 2. We're here at halftime, and the Chargers with a 27-4 lead over the Sto-Rox Vikings. We'll watch the cheerleaders one more time, and then we'll take a break. Enjoy. Job, ladies. I don't know if you heard it. There was music playing. There's a routine to music, but good job again. So that being said, we're going to take a break here and let you watch some good stuff from our sponsors. And we'll be back here for the halftime report as the Chargers have a 27-4 lead over the Sto-Rox Vikings.
Mr. Howard. I teach environmental science and anatomy and sometimes chemistry. And as my first year here at OLSH, I'm most excited to get to know all the new students and the community.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Rothenberger. I teach period 1 and 2 freshman biology. I'm super excited about my first year of teaching and I can't wait to get to know all of you.
Hi, this is Ms. Manuel. I'm going to be teaching Intro to Theater Arts this year, and I'm so excited to be back here for the school year, but mainly excited to be in the classroom.
I'm Mr. Witechko. I'm teaching Introduction to Video Production, and I can't wait to see what my students make this year.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Valacorsa. I teach music here at OLSH, and I am most excited this year to make music with my new choir.
Hi, I'm Dr. London. I teach Theology 3 and Latin. I'm excited to be back, especially among the students in the classroom full-time this year.
Good morning. My name is Sharon Mezzio. I am the latest addition to the main office here. I am the main office administrative assistant. Your positivity and warmth since I came to the school actually makes me feel right at home. So I'm looking forward to working with you all, and I'm happy to be here.
When I enter the door, I feel welcome. My child feels welcome. What drew us and kept us was the sincere rooting and faith.
They really care about your kids on an academic level and also as a person.
It's a safe place for our kids to really stretch and grow. There's just so many opportunities.
They have something that will make a child succeed and thrive.
If you want a good college prep school, this is it.
We've had such a positive experience here. We really can't say enough of how blessed we are by OLSH.
Network.
A lot of good games coming up. Yeah. What a way to start off section. I know. Hey, we welcome you back here to the OLSH Sports Network. Getting ready for halftime entertainment here. 27-4 Chargers with the current lead. And since the first quarter, Sto-Rox has not scored. They didn't. Sto-Rox was shut out in the second quarter. And by the way, we apologize here at the OLSH Sports Network for the technical difficulties we had. Had some Wi-Fi issues in the first quarter, and hopefully those have been fixed and we're back on the air. And like I said, the Chargers had control of the first quarter and never looked back. It's 27-4 now. Sto-Rox scored 4 points, kept it close very early in the first quarter, and after that, the Chargers, just their stifling defense has shut down the Vikings, and it's been all Chargers. They're back on the court now, warming up for the second half, and didn't have a chance to go check the stats for the two teams, who scored and all whatnot, but we do know the foul situation as far as Nelson for McKees Rocks, or Sto-Rox. He has 4 fouls, so wondering if we'll see him at all until the end, or if they just play him until he fouls out, or what it does. But that's going to hamper the Vikings, because he's one of their big guns that can go in against the Charger defense. Programming note, reminder that we're back on the air on Thursday. The girls will be hosting the Elwood City Wolverines over at Cornell. So hope to see you over there to cheer on your Chargers. If not, we'll bring you the game right here on the OLSH Sports Network. It'll be Grant Kalish and myself to bring you the action from Cornell. And Claudia Arillo stopped by and saying hello. So I just asked her, she's all charged up for the game, ready to go. So anyway, the next game for the boys, because it's going to be 2 games in a row here for the girls that we're going to broadcast for you. I mean, they're going to be playing games, but the next one we're going to broadcast, I said, is Elwood City. And then on Monday, the girls will travel to Beaver Falls. OLSH Sports Network will travel down there with them as they take on the Tigers on Monday night. But the first quarter, what you really missed was the Chargers' stifling defense here tonight.
Yeah, the Chargers' defense has been outstanding so far. You know, in that first quarter, they were just getting steals, limited Sto-Rox to 1 chance, and they were rebounding the basketball, but they weren't putting the ball in the hoop. They were getting a foul line a couple times and made a couple free throws, but then they really broke it open there in that second quarter. Started to get their legs underneath them a little bit, found some rhythm. was able to, beat that zone a little bit, but it's took them a minute to get their offense going. But then their defense started generating their offense, and right now, in the position they're in, they just got to keep the defense rolling right now and rebound, limit Sto-Rox to one chance, but keep scoring the basketball.
Well, my question was answered. I was wondering if Nelson would start the third quarter with his 4 fouls. He does. And quickly, the Vikings throw it out of bounds. It'll be Charger ball. Just underway here in the third.
The Chargers, again, coming away with another turnover, and their defense coming up big. See if they can. Well, I was wondering this, too, if Sto-Rox was going to come out in a different zone or if they're going to come out in man.
No, they're playing the same. Here's McCullough and Afsek. They get it into Altmar. Tried to lay it in. The soft layup off the glass this time as he gets his rebound. Altmar says the second try's the better one.
Looked like Sto-Rox went to a little bit of a 3-2 there. They extended a little bit, and Patty was able to be free in the paint.
Another takeaway by the Chargers. Afsek trying to get it up ahead. A hand in the lane there by Jefferson. Here comes Jackson with the layup. Knocked away by Johnson. Block shot by Jake Johnson. And we get a push on the Vikings. That's going to be Griffin with the foul. I think that's his second. Whoops. Sorry, I forgot to erase the fouls there. Yeah, Griffin picks up his second. First for the Vikings. Johnson, baseline drive. Little twist and move. He pops it in, and it's 31-4 Chargers. This is not what I expected, Christian. This is not the game I expected.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought that the Chargers were going to be able to, take care of business tonight, but I didn't see them holding Sto-Rox to 4 points.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Griffin with the floater. And that one goes in. First points since the first quarter for the Vikings.
But that's been the trouble for the Vikings all night. They've gotten the teeth of the defense, but they just couldn't finish around the rim. And they haven't made a 3 all night, which makes it tough.
There's a 3, and it's good by Grasafi.
And then it's hard once the Chargers start doing this and getting involved and getting their legs underneath them. Another good extra pass to Grasafi for 3.
Knocked away by Altmar, but it goes right into Nelson's hands. Griffin will launch a 3, and he's good the first one. You said it, Christian.
Well, that's what they were looking for. They needed to take the lid off the basket from 3, and Griffin right on cue.
Tiernan McCullough bobbles it a moment, gets it back out to Afsek. They'll reset. McCullough with the floater from the baseline. Good for 2.
That's great touch by McCullough there. Good spin move, a little floater up in the lane.
Little give and go there, a little up and in. And that's MJ Thomas with the bucket. And Vikings in double figures.
And now they're starting to find the rim a little bit and get comfortable.
Afsek. Back to McCullough. Splits the D. Afsek works it around. Grasafi goes baseline, pulls it back out, looking for some help. And it's taken away, and it's going to be off of Nelson, out of bounds. Charger ball.
Well, I think the Vikings found something a little bit with this 3-2 extended pressure and giving the Chargers a little bit of trouble moving the basketball around the perimeter, taking that away.
McCullough up on the wing to Johnson. 3 ball on the way! Corner pocket.
Big time shot, and finally Johnson gets one to go down. He's been just off from the corner a couple times tonight, but good presence there. Good job by Johnson.
Nelson throws it through the hands of LJ Washington, out of bounds. Charger ball. Oh, they're saying staying with the Vikings. Chargers must have got a fingertip on that. No trigger in from baseline. They get it out to Nelson. Washington. Washington with the shot. No good. Rims in and out. Put back by Thomas is good. Here comes Afsek. Gets it inside to Johnson. He goes up, gets fouled. If that's on Nelson, he's done. couldn't say if he put 4 fingers up or 3 fingers.
I don't
2
know
fingers.
if he said Yates. Did he say Thomas?
Yeah, he said MJ Thomas gets the foul. Johnson up for 2. Rattles 1 down. .28 lead for the Chargers as Johnson goes 2 for 2 from the line. Nelson intercepted by Johnson. Half sec, work it around quickly. McCullough, open 3 from the corner, no good. Johnson with the rebound, Chargers with another chance. McCullough with the drive, that one is blocked. And they're gonna say Viking ball. I think that's the right call. I think Johnson had it off his body as he was going down.
Yeah, I think so too. Good job by the Chargers to keep the play alive, though.
Yeah.
And stay with it. A couple offensive rebounds there, just couldn't come up with a bucket.
Vikings, it's Thomas trying to go in. Knocked away by McCullough, but goes right into the hands of Griffin. That shot is no good. Washington to Yates, no good. 5 Chargers around it. And this is going to be a jump ball. It's going to go to the Chargers. It'll be Grisafi to trigger it in. 3:53 to go here in the third. A couple points away from the running clock. Grisafi, Johnson. Altmaier gets it to go.
There you go. And there's a bring back the tic-tac-toe and to Patty Altmaier. Good block by Patty there.
Sorry, we lost the camera there for a minute.
Nice pass.
It is a running clock now.
The Chargers out there having fun now. Get out on a fast break.
3 minutes to go here in the third. Jefferson taken away in the paint. Tiernan McCullough got thrown to the floor as they went to the, well, not thrown to the floor, but fell back hard, and he looked around like, whoa.
Some aggression there.
Yeah.
And definitely, you know.
That was aggressive play. I mean, he was going for the ball. I mean, it wasn't a dirty play or anything by any means. No. 2:34 as the clock is rolling here. Vikings with the ball, trying to do something. Jackson in the paint, kicks it out. 3 on the way. That was good by Adam Thomas.
Young freshman just entered in the game, and he said, here, take that. I'll make a 3.
5'8" guard. Tiernan McCullough goes to the elbow. Jump shot off the rim. Johnson says, that's all right, son. I got it. Goes up, and that won't go to putback. Won't go. And it goes into the hands of the Vikings. I'll tell you who it is, but I can't see numbers. That was Thomas, MJ Thomas. Griffin. Into the corner, it's Jackson. He gets the push by Moses. First foul of the quarter by the Chargers. .90 seconds left here in the third. Thomas to Thomas. Knocked away. Tommy Moses ended up with it. Frankie Egrick will bring it up. Up ahead to Johnson. Baseline drive. He gets fouled, and it goes in. He gets the harm. Woo! The hoop and the harm.
A little flex by Johnson there and takes the contact and somehow, I don't know, up and under move, faced the other basket, but gets nice touch and spin on it with the right hand and is able to finish.
LJ Washington picks up his second.
And again, goes to the line for another three-point play. The old-fashioned way.
Yep. Here comes the Vikings. Wills cross court to Washington. Intercepted. Egrick, Frankie. Nice move there to get it into the forecourt. Tiernan McCullough turns into Griffin, but Johnson ends up with it. Tommy Moses in the paint. Kicks it out. Minzer with the three!
Pass. What a pass. Moses out to Minzer. Minzer shot ready. Finds the bottom.
This Viking defense, Christian, it's just collapsing in. There's a foul on the Chargers. It's collapsing in on the Chargers when they got it in the paint, and the guy's out beyond the arc, wide open.
Right, they're trying to block the shot. They're trying to collapse, get a steal, a turnover. And right now, the Chargers doing a good job passing the ball out. And again, just super unselfish by the Chargers.
That'll be the end of the third. There's 8 seconds left. Egrick, can he get it off? No, he won't. That's the end of the third. Chargers in control of this one. No doubt about that. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a couple reads off here. Hey, come see this year's Christmas play, Snowbiz. Showtimes are this Friday, the 13th, at 7 p.m., and then again on Saturday with 2 performances at 2 p.m. and 4:30. Tickets are $5 and can be purchased at olshtheater.ludus.com. Don't forget to stop by for free milk and cookies with Santa between the shows on Saturday, and that would be between 3 and 4:30. Also, the OLSH Giving Tree is back. OLSH families, please consider taking a tag from the Giving Tree and returning it with your gift card by Friday, December 13th to the main office. The gift cards collected will be divided amongst the Felician Ministries of Mooncrest, King's Tree, and Our Lady's Pantry. Are you buying new OLSH gear for your loved ones this Christmas? Place your order by tomorrow to guarantee delivery in time for the big day. Shop online at www.olshgear.com. All right, here we go with quarter number 4. It's the Vikings underneath. He gets fouled quickly. Oh, guess not. I guess the Chargers stepped on the line. Isaiah Thomas in the lineup for the Chargers, along with Chad Minton.
And the big dog's in.
Yeah, the big dog is
Schultz.
in. Yeah, that's what I say. Zay is in.
Haven't seen him since football season. I don't think I've ever seen him play basketball.
And Ryan Hughes just uses his last time out for the Vikings with 7:02 left here in the game. While he does that, I'll get my final reads out of the way. Hey, if you're interested in supporting the OLSH Chargers, visit www.olshathletics.org. Check out the fundraiser section in the Fan Zone tab for the latest fundraising opportunities. Also, we want you to celebrate the holidays at the OLSH Christmas Concert and Art Show in the auditorium on Thursday, December 12th at 7 p.m. This annual show is sure to get you in the Christmas spirit, and we hope to see you there. We hope to see you either there or over at Cornell for the girls' basketball game. So lots of OLSH stuff going on Thursday that you can choose from, either the concert and art show or the basketball game, both with the girls. So make your pick.
Yeah, you can't beat it. Either way, you're winning.
Here come the Vikings. It's Nelson with his 4 fouls. He played that entire third quarter without committing a foul. I mean, his game has changed, though. He's not as aggressive.
He's less aggressive.
Yeah. Directing traffic now. It works against Owen Minzer. Ooh, that could have been a foul either way.
That might have been 5 right there.
Pinballs around underneath the paint. It's out of bounds. And we get it. One official says jump ball and the other says out of bounds.
These guys are just watching now, and they forgot their whistles. They don't call. Bodies hit the floor. They don't call a charge. Ball goes out of bounds. There's 5 of them piled up. They're out of bounds. They don't want to call it.
Right. It's good. The clock's going to keep running anyway.
I know.
It ends up Viking ball.
Yeah. Offensive here. Yeah.
And we got an offensive foul on, looks like Khalil Jennings.
Yeah, they seen that one.
He had to call that. He pushed his way through.
Yeah, that was one hit. You can't leave go. You extend your arm like that and grab somebody. It's hard not to call that.
Jennings with his second foul. Minton hands it off to Egrick. Egrick with a nice move and lays it up and in. Frankie Egrick with the bucket.
That's a great move.
It was.
Smooth, a little Euro step, crow hop into a finish.
Frankie just a sophomore. The ball gets tipped. No, it didn't get tipped out of bounds. It was out of bounds by the Vikings. Charger ball. 5.5 to go in this one. Pretty much the only thing undecided now is what the final score is going to be, as Nelson has a seat and LJ Washington comes in for the Vikings. Comes Egrick and Minton. Schultz to Minzer. That was an interesting way to play the ball.
It was like the Globetrotters there.
Yeah. Egrick inside the Schultz. He goes up and gets fouled. Foul's going to go against Jackson, Devont Jackson. Isaiah will be at the line shooting a couple.
And Schultz there went up and he got hit, and then he wanted to pass instead of shoot the ball. Could have got an and-one.
And Isaiah is on the scoreboard. Washington comes out. Griffin comes in for the Vikings. Schultz goes 1 for 2. We got was that a lane violation or foul? Yeah, lane violation on the Chargers. Viking ball.
Thought it was the NBA. He released it. Go get it.
Yeah. Here comes Griffin up the court. Or no, that's not Griffin, that's Thomas. Hands off. Now Griffin has it. I was prognosticating there. Jackson, the Wills, into the paint. Nice move there. Can't get it to go, though. Minton had the ball, loses it out of bounds. Chad couldn't hold on. Under 4.5 to go here. And they get it into Thomas. 3 on the way, and that was Griffin with the 3.
And Griffin's second 3 of the night.
Egrick works it across the timeline, hands it off to Chad Minton. Minton to Minzer. Minzer, 3 on the way, nothing but net. Owen Minzer.
Again, Minzer shot ready. And man, he's gave some great minutes off the bench tonight.
Oh yeah.
Play hard on defense, hustle for the ball.
All season long, he's a great bench, comes off the bench. Great minutes for the Chargers. Whoa, there's Chad Minton. Thought he was going to go up for the shot.
He faked him out. He didn't shoot the ball.
He surely did.
It's like one of those things where you see him slow motion in the air. He's trying to stop himself, but he already left his feet. He knew he was running into him. But no, Al, I'm impressed by the Chargers bench and the depth that they have.
They really are
because
deep.
The level of play never, it never changed.
Right.
It stayed the same level the whole game.
Yeah, they just changed the player. 3 on the way. Off the rim, no good. Off the hands of Yates. Vikings maintain possession. It's Griffin. Works against Egrick. Look at that tenacity. Mills launches a 3. He drains it. We got a timeout call by Coach Rod. I think it's his first. Yeah, that's his first timeout called.
The last couple possessions, the Vikings finding some threes. They needed those in the first half.
Again, we're back on the air. The girls take on Elwood City in section action on Thursday. Be on the air for that one. Looks like Bruno Williams getting ready to check in for the Chargers.
Bruno.
He played in the JV game. Was able to. I see Van over there with the team and his civvies. Was able to. Was privileged enough to go to his signing party up at OLSH last week.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was very special. Very special. It was like he just got chills.
Yeah.
Think about this. He's the first D1 football player to come out of OLSH.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that will last forever.
Yeah. Owen Minzer brings it across the timeline. 2.5 to go. The floater by Mason Dick doesn't go. Here come the Vikings. Bruno Williams. Grant Kalish in. This is basically the JV. It is the JV team.
Yeah, yeah.
Owen Minzer plays on JV as well as the varsity, so.
Yeah, which is great. Good to see these guys checking into a game.
Get some varsity court time. That's just great. Mason Dick gets it across to Owen Minzer. Owen, top of the key. He'll back it out. Chad Minton, long three. Off the iron, no good. Grant Kalish out of his reach. Here come the Vikings back the other way. It's Griffin. Lays it up, no good. Rebound by the Vikings. Yates hands it off to MJ Thomas. Off the glass nicely and in. Owen Minzer.
There it is.
Kalish off the glass and in! Grant Kalish with the bucket.
There you go, Grant.
My broadcast partner gets a bucket.
That's right. We love to see that. Grant's such a great kid, man.
He is.
He's got a bright future.
There's a jump shot inside the arc. No good. Vikings will track it down. 60 seconds to go in this one. Inside, nice play there. It goes up, gets fouled. I think that's MJ Thomas. If I'm seeing the number right. That foul was on Minton. Rolls in and out for Thomas. Isaiah Schultz will check back in for the Chargers, and Owen Minzer will have a seat. A couple subs for the Vikings. Reese Griffin checks in for the Vikings. Kalish with the rebound. 45 to go. Minton. Mason Dick gets it out. Tried to get it to Minton, no good. This is going to be a layup for MJ Thomas. He'll lay it up and in. Here comes Minton. To Dick. To Minton. Mason Dick over on the wing. Minton will play catch. Here's Thomas. Isaiah Schultz. I wish he was Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas. Chargers without no turnovers.
Coming to the Chargers. Here's Bruno inside. Gets it out to Schultz. Schultz, a little floater. Can't get it to go. Vikings come down with it. 1 second. Can they get it off? No. And that's how the game ends. So with the score, the Chargers 59. The Vikings end up with 26.
Well, now I feel like I got to ask you, if Isaiah Thomas was playing in this game, what would his stat line be?
It's a good question.
Something you probably couldn't fit on the
page.
page.
We couldn't. No, we'd run out of ink.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, the Chargers come away with a great victory. Again, want to apologize for the technical difficulties in the first quarter, but you got to see 3 great quarters by the Chargers shutting down the Vikings. The Vikings score 4 points in the first quarter. Don't score again until the third, and then fourth quarter, started finding the hoop, but Chargers in total domination of this one, Christian.
Yeah, the Chargers just came out and did what they had to do tonight. They played great defense. All 5 guys that were in there at all times, I mean, just took care of business. They did what they were supposed to do. They were disciplined on defense. They limited the Vikings to 1 shot. They rebounded the basketball. They forced turnovers, active hands. And then on the offensive end, they were super patient. You know, didn't find the bucket that first quarter as much. They got a couple at the line early, got fouled. But, man, you know, once they started settling in, they got the legs under them a little bit, started moving the ball side to side, finding the soft spot of that zone, using their pump fakes, reversing the basketball, and then it started opening up for them. But, man, I'm impressed by the Chargers. And I know, you know, tonight, obviously, a big win for them. But I think going forward with their depth and, you know, the fact that Cavels is going to come back.
Right.
I mean, that's going to really change some things. Long season, obviously, Friday will be a big one for him at Neshannock, but excited.
Yeah, it's I talked to Van at the signing, and he's excited about coming back and hitting hardwood. And surprised for those of you that know his situation, he's not out because of his knee. He says his knee's great. He don't even feel it anymore.
Good.
It was his shoulder that he hurt in the football game that he's kind of, and he said that his shoulder feels good too, but the doctors just wanted him to rest it and get it in shape.
You know, where he's at right now, getting a Division I opportunity and scholarship. You know what I mean? I'm surprised he's even playing basketball, and but this is great for him too. Yeah. You know what I mean? He wants to enjoy his senior year with his guys, and you know, they got an opportunity to win another championship, so why not?
He's got basketball, and he's looking forward to baseball as well.
Yeah, yeah. Keep that shoulder healthy and that arm.
For sure. The Chargers go to 4-0. As you said, Christian, their next opponent is Friday against Neshannock, up at Neshannock. And the Vikings go to 1-3. Their next opponent is Neighborhood Academy on Friday at Neighborhood Academy. So they're on the road again, 2 road games in a row for the Vikings. And then they will get, after that game, they will get it next week. They will get into their section play as they start in with Keystone Oaks. But the Chargers getting it done again. I like what you said, that their bench is so deep right now that it's hard to defend. They take out their starters, and the next level comes in, and there is no next level. It's the same level.
There was no drop-off.
Right.
I mean, when Moses came in the game, when Frankie came in the game, Minzer came in the game, you know, it never dropped off, and that's what you need. And like we talked about it, I think their depth and the way that they play and how hard they play and how well they're coached, I think that's going to set them up for a lot of success this year and a deep run in the playoffs, you know, hopefully hanging another banner, getting a championship. But, you know, it's a long season, but these guys have started off on the right foot so far, and they're playing well. Their chemistry's good, and they got playmakers. They got guys that can score the ball. I mean, I'm very impressed by Johnson and McCullough.
Right.
The way those guys can score the basketball, and then you got Patty down there, you know, doing his thing. And then, obviously, like we talked about, Gersafi and Avsek. And I've been saying about Avsek for the last couple years, but just talented. I mean, poised. Don't turn the basketball over. They're composed. Great guard play. They play hard on defense. They control the offense. I mean, they start making shots. They're going to run away with some of these games.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, you think of, you talk about the backcourt, and you talk about Gersafi and Avsek, and immediately what comes to my mind is the stifling defense. And then, like today, they started chipping in with points, 3-pointers, and good jump shots, and the assists inside, and it's like gravy on the mashed potatoes, man.
Right, right. I mean, and talk about it. We talked about it at the beginning, but holding teams under 40 points, 30 points. I mean, it's going to be hard to beat a Charger team, even on an off night, when they're playing great defense like that and holding you under 40, 30 points.
Well, coming into this game, the Chargers are averaging 54.6 points a game. So pretty much on average. They had 59 tonight. They're averaging giving up 31.6. So under average for that tonight as they give up 26. So both of those are going to go up.
Right, and that's what I was going to talk about. I think their offense is eventually going to go up.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Another slow start tonight. But we talked about it earlier, not giving them an excuse or an out, but you're playing in a different gym. You don't practice in the same gym every day. You know what I mean? So it's going to be hard to get some rhythm early in some of these gyms. But, you know, they're going to overcome it at some point in time. But as long as they're passing the ball the way they do and moving the way they do, they're going to always have opportunities to score, and those guys are going to find a bucket.
Well, you mentioned they started out slow. It wasn't for lack of shots. They were getting the looks. They just couldn't get them to go, Christian. And once they started going, it was Katie bar the door.
Yeah,
but
it changes everything, right?
Yeah. So, all right, Chargers, another big victory, keeping their record clean. 4-0 as they go into Neshannock on Friday for the big section opener, and we'll be keeping an eye on that one. We won't be up there to bring you that one, but we'll be keeping an eye on that. 59-26 tonight. I want to thank everybody involved. Thank the folks here at Moon. We'll be back here one more time for a game at Moon. They are so gracious, and what a great facility this is. Thank Coach Mack for getting all this set up for us. Christian, thanks for coming by and doing your thing. And we do want to send out a thank you to Nick Militzer for running the camera tonight for us. The only apology I have is for the first quarter with our technical difficulties, but hopefully the rest of the game came through clear. I'm OLSH saying thanks a lot, everybody. Chargers, another great victory, 59-26 over Sto-Rox Vikings. We'll see you on Thursday night as the girls take on Elwood City in their first section action right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Good night, everybody. Stay warm, stay dry, and we'll see you Thursday night.